Good morning, I'm Vin, orange hat, and welcome to the woods. Great big beech, bit broken up top from that storm, but most importantly down the bottom we have ganoderma fungus growing out of it, which will kill it. There we are. So you can see, broken off here, the fungus has got in, it is rotting the inside of that. I'm not confident of the stability of the core of the tree. That's going to be an issue. It's also leaning heavily at the base. You know, I could definitely say that this tree is leaning that way, and this is going to be no problem to fell it into pretty much that clearing. However, the top of it leans back. So I'm not 100% confident that if I cut what looks like the most obvious easy fall, the weight of the tree will actually take it that way, even though it feels like it at the base. Add to that, it's not a wide trunk once we are up there, or just a bit above head height, even at a height I could reach from this side of the tree because we're on a bit of a slope. Yeah, it's not crazy big, but down here, much bigger. And that is from when this tree had this other limb. So at the width I need to cut it, it's big. I don't know what way its weight is going to take it. Not much wind today, which is an advantage. It's supposed to be dry, but it's raining on me. And it's rotten in the middle, I know that. So I was thinking of doing a step cut, which is good for getting a wedge in behind to help direct its fall, but I do need it to be firm wood to work on. But the back of the tree here, which is where the wedge would go in, I think that's pretty good. I think the centre is the wrong bit, which might affect the hinge, because I'm going to be cutting across this rather disturbed face at the base of where this broken and rotted out bit went, so the hinge might be rotten, which will be bad for control of the fall. That's today's job. This wedge, this is not truly my facing cut yet. This is in what I thought was the rotten wood of the old branch, and it's good. It's actually very pretty wood. There's 90 degrees to it. Not happy with this little notch. I wanted it to be a bit more and I wanted it to look neater, but this is the notch that's in the growing good bit of the tree. All of the tree was endangered by the ganoderma fungus, which has found its way in through this broken big bough of the tree. It's pretty, is this wood. It's not rotten, but it's softer, more porous, just less hard than this, and also this little notch that I've got there. So my goal was to make sure that the facing cut went into the good wood on both sides. It's barely into that, but this wood is going to do some good for me in the way of a hinge. It's going to help the tree to fall along the line 90 degrees from that. We should avoid that shed and fall into the big open area there for me to take apart. Let's have a look around. Oh, the line I drew before is a little on the low side and not quite at the same angle as the bottom of the facing cut. So I'm going to be above it and because I'm doing a step cut, I'm aiming to slightly V-shape the two cuts. They've got to intersect with each other. So I'll be coming in above, obviously you have to be above the hinge anyway, you don't want to be below it. So there's the edge of the hinge. I will be coming in from a couple of inches up on a very, very slight downward trajectory from one side, and then the same from the other when I've got a wedge into the back from one side. Right, I've just lined up a couple more, just trying to get the right angle, and I'm going with the more slanting one of these, so coming up to the back. And I thought I'd bore in a little bit to get myself going, get the right line parallel to the facing cut here. And as I was going, it was really hard wood. I was starting to go, yeah, it's a good strong tree actually. And then suddenly the bar pushed right in, changed tone completely. I pulled it out thinking, what's gone on there? And a lot of this water that's dribbling down hasn't run down from the tree, it's run out of this hole. So inside the tree, I think a lot of moisture has gone in there, and it is rotten. It is rotten inside. The thing was going to fall. I'm a lot less confident in the strength of this tree than I was. But I know I've got good hinge material, so I just kind of keep going. But I'm going to be more cautious about how quickly this might fall. My escape routes, I've worked that out. Yeah, I'm basically running over here. I didn't think, I was too in the moment to turn the camera on. She's just gone down, and direction, perfection. Oh, and look how rotten it was. Look at that black line. That's the fungus rotting the centre of the tree out from where it had got in, and the good wood is just that inch or two around the edge. I could feel it as I was cutting in, and then there's what was left as it started to split and go. So this was a step cut. I did a face which went across there. This is my hinge line. I did a big cut in from this side, and I felt, you know, rotten bits and moisture come out of it. It's just loose in there. And then I put a wedge in the back. It's fallen out and it's down here. So a wedge was in the back. Then to complete the step cut, I bored in there, made sure I'd got the line of my hinge perfect to direct the tree. And the only way it could fall was there with a hinge behind and an open front. And then I came along at this other angle, intersecting the existing cut. I'm very pleased with how this has gone. I was a bit bothered that I was producing dust rather than nice chips earlier, but that was because I was lightly pressing into the facing cut. I've got good sharp, well, I could probably cut bigger chips, but it's only a fine, what's it called? Can't remember the measurement. Anyway, it's only a small chain, and it's done the job really well. Yeah, very happy. I can tidy that up at my leisure, can tidy that up relatively at my leisure. But yeah, the first job will be the stuff that's on the ground in the way of a space here. And finally, there's lunch. Oh yes.